Hello and welcome to another edition of Luminar Coffee Break. I'm your host, Vanelli. Now our topic today is how to get beautiful colors every time. Now, if you're like me, you go out, you photograph, and what you see while you're at the location is phenomenal. You love it, but then when you get home and you put the memory card in the computer, the colors don't appear to be the same as they were when you first originally saw it. Now there's reasons behind that, but instead of getting into that, let me show you how we're going to fix it inside Luminar. All right, so here we go. Here's an image shot by Elia Lacardi. Now this is a processed image. Here's before, here's after. Now I'm sure he sat there looking at this and saw this when he first took the shot. This is a JPEG, but look how dull and unexciting it is. We're going to fix that real quick. So let me jump over to the edit menu for a moment. And down here is we have our history tool, and I'm going to restart from the beginning. All right, and let's go back to the catalog. All right, so here I am. Now, with Luminar AI, what I want to do is start out with the templates. Now, AI is built right in, so it's going to analyze this image and it's going to look to see what tools will be best for this image. So it's giving us some suggestions. I'll click on Easy Landscapes, and I like sunset. Watch this. Look at that. Here's before. Here's after. Just that slight little burst of color is what that template brought us. Now I can stop right here because it looks good and we can call it a day, or we can come to the edit menu, and now from here we're going to apply some of our own colors to it. All right, so if you notice there's little dots next to the tools, that represents that those were the tools that were used to create this template. So what I'm going to do is I want to come back over to Accent AI. I want to bump it up just a little bit. Oh, I like that. Now I might as well take advantage of the sky enhancer AI right about here. Oh, that's looking good. All right, so before and after, you're going to notice I'm toggling back and forth quite a bit. The reason why I'm doing this is so I'm able to see the changes incrementally. Now I'm going to come down here to the Pro Tools, and I'm going to check out, first let's do Super Contrast. I'm going to adjust the highlights. Look at that. Here's the midtones. Ooh, look how rich, especially right in here. Look at that. Good. And then of course the shadows. Now I can make the shadows brighter, or I could make them just a little darker. You know what? I think that's going to be, oh yeah, I like that. Look at that. So if you notice what we're really doing here is we're adding the darkness with the color, and by doing that, it's making the color pop even more. So again, look at this, before and after. Ooh, you see how it brought everything in and made it richer. Now, we could come down to color harmony, and then from here, we can start adjusting some of the brilliance and the warmth. I don't want to go overboard because I don't want it to look fake. Now, I'm visualizing this image here as something, let's say like a postcard. So if I went on this trip, I would love to make this into a postcard and send it off to my family and my friends to show them, hey, this is where I was. Okay, I'm going to reset this. I'm not going to mess with that because I like where it's at. Now, if it looks too dark, and before we go any further, let me save it. I'm going to come down and I want to save this template. I'm going to make it my own, and typically I put my name in here. So this is an edit of sunset. Let's see, save. Yep. All right, now what I want to do, see how it says edit one? I want to come back, and I'm going to go all the way back to 0. And now I'm going to bring it in, maybe between 50 to about 80%. Look at that, right about here. Oh, I like that. I'm going to come back up here again, and let's go back to Accent AI. I just want it just a little brighter, right about there. There we are. All right, so let's see what we did. Here's before, and here's after. So there we go. So if you want the colors just to pop and look amazing, check out the new tools that we have. In fact, let me show you real quick. Sorry. There we go. So some of the new tools that we have and enhanced on was the Accent AI. So we've improved on that, along with the sky enhancer to make all this look great. And then one thing I didn't do, which I should have, was added more structure to it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So by adding structure, it's going to make the image just pop even more. And I like that. And then, of course, I came back to the Pro, and this is where we worked on super contrast. And then we can experiment with color harmony. I like where I was without it. So in this case here, I don't need to apply it. Now, one thing I do want to do is come back up here to the Composition AI. Now, with Composition AI, I'm going to let it help me crop this image. So it did a good job. I don't like how the boat's cut off here, though. So I'm just going to move it up into place. I like the format it's using. I could always expand it. Ooh, right about here. All right, that looks good. And then apply the crop. So I catch myself, whenever I start to wonder, how would this image look if it was cropped? I like using the Composition AI, because what that's going to do is go in and just give me a suggestion. And like you saw, the suggestion it gave me, it was good, but it wasn't perfect. So I was able to go back in and change it. So those are the little things that I just absolutely love with the new Luminar AI, is we have the artificial intelligence helping us out in the beginning, but as an artist, we're in complete control on making sure what we want as our final result. And then when we are finished here, I can click on Export, save it to my disk, my hard drive, and then from here I can give the size and the dimensions, and if I'm going to put it just to social media, excuse me, I can send it off to social media as a smaller scale image. If I want to send it off for printing, of course, I'll use a full-size image. Now, keep in mind, we're also working on, here we go, we're working on the beta version. So some of these tools may or may not make it into the final release, which you'll look for during the holiday season. But right now, this is pretty solid to where the tools you see here, the majority of them will make it into the final product, but we wanted to give you first look to let you know, or let you see Luminar AI. All right, guys? Well, hey, if you have any questions or suggestions for future shows, please leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and then we'll try to review the comments, and we'll answer them as soon as we can. But most importantly, like I said, suggestions. Tell us what you want to learn, and then we'll talk about it on some of the next episodes. Well, I'm Vanelli. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.